What you're having is a preliminary ranked choice report. So the ballot cards that we've counted or processed up until today, they've been tabulated using the ranked choice voting method. And in the ranked choice method, there's a process of eliminating the candidates with the least amount of votes, then looking at the second and third choices on the cards with that candidate, and then adding, then allocating those second and third choices to candidates who are still in the race, in the contest. So that's a process that took 11 steps essentially for the mayor's contest. Now these aren't final. We still have 25,000 vote by mail ballots to process yet. We plan to get those counted by tomorrow. And then we still have 7,500 what's called provisional ballots. Those are ballots that when people go to the polling places, their name's not in the roster, then they vote a regular ballot, but they can't put their ballot in the machine, in the tabulator at the polling place. They have to go into an envelope and they sign their name and they print their address on there, and we verify the information before counting that ballot. So there's about 7,500 of those we have to review, and about 24,000, 25,000 vote by mail ballots for us to process.
But given what we're seeing about the, right.
I mean, really, I'm not here to say that this is the final results in any way whatsoever. Basically, this is what the numbers show us with what's been counted at this point.
Okay, when you say with preliminary result, preliminarily, Ed Lee has 61% of the vote with about 80 to 85% of the votes counted.
That's correct. Right.
Can you tell us that? Will you say that? 60, will you say that?
I mean, at this point, Ed Lee's got 60-some% of the vote after the ranked choice elimination reallocation process took place. We've got 85% or 90% of the vote already tabulated for this election.
Right, so given that and the numbers you still have to tabulate, and you say it's still too close to call?
Yeah, I never call an election, actually. The only thing I do, I certify the results.
Right.
So, I mean, I realize there's a lot of media here today. I didn't call you here to make any announcements about the final outcome of the election. Basically, we're going to count the cards like we always do, whatever's remaining. We don't ever call an election. We never say that these are the final results until I certify. So, basically, what you have are where the candidates stand with the cards we've counted until this point, and then using the ranked choice voting method to eliminate candidates and then reallocate the second and third choices.
Johnny, how long will it take for you to finish counting those remaining, what is it, 30 some odd thousand votes?
Yeah, 34,000 or so. Well, I want to get the vote. Wait, so I'll get distracted. I'll forget what I'm answering. So tomorrow I want to get the vote by mail ballots tabulated. So I've got about 25,000 vote by mail ballots yet. So we're going to work until about 2 o'clock this morning, pulling those ballots from the envelopes, and then we'll bring those ballots into our computer room tomorrow morning, and then we'll tabulate the results from those cards and release those results tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
So that's the final.
No, I've got the whole wait. So what was your question? What was your question? Yeah, I've got about 25,000 vote by mail ballots yet to count. Then I've got around 7,500 provisional ballots.
Is that enough to make a difference, John? You said Ed's got about 61% in the ranked choice now with, what did you say, 90% counted?
Around 85, 90%.
85 to 90? Is that enough to make a change?
I haven't studied it. Honestly, I got the reports. I'm here to answer questions on the process and how to read the report. I'm not here to make any announcements about who might win the contest. So
I don't think you were able to finish the provisional ballots. Tomorrow it's going, or up until 2 o'clock today, it'll be the other ballots, vote by mail. Then the provisional ballots, when will you be getting to those?
Yeah, we might start counting the provisional ballots on Friday, but most likely we'll start counting those on Saturday. And so then on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be counting the provisional ballots.
And then by that time, will you have all of the ballots counted? Are we talking about Saturday then?
No, we'll start the provisional on Saturday. But you know, there's still business to conduct with the election. We have to do the canvass, what's called the canvass, where we go through all the materials that came back to us from the polling places, and we want to make sure that no vote by mail ballots or provisional ballots were put in the wrong bag, for instance, and we don't have them here in our possession. We still have to do the write-in votes with ranked choice voting. If when people mark a write-in candidate, nothing on that card gets counted until we adjudicate that write-in choice on that card. So there's still a lot of work to do. We have probably 10 days, maybe 2 weeks of doing just the final steps in the elections process before I certify the election.
So anything until next week at least.
Well, I think you'll have a pretty good sense of what's going on. I'm just saying that I'm not going to make any announcements of winners until I certify the results in about 10
I'm
days
just
to 2
thinking
weeks.
with 61% of the vote right now,
Yeah.
with just what you have, I mean, will the rest of the votes you have to count make that much difference?
I don't know. I'm not predicting. I'm just saying we've got 25,000 to count. For vote by mail, we've got 7,500 provisional. I've got write-in tallies to do. We're still going through materials that came back from the polling places.
So how many are we talking about total? How many more votes total?
We got 25,000 vote by mail.
I know, and then you get 10.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what are we saying? Like, 50?
I mean,
Sounds like you got about
let's say you
30.
get 25 plus 75, 25,000 plus 7,500. It's 32, 33,000 potentially still to add to these contests.
Additional runs of the ranked choice as votes are counted?
Yeah, every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
So you'll release a new...
Yeah. Until you guys stop showing up. So so tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, we'll do the ranked choice. Saturday as well. We'll start the provisional ballot counting. And then Sunday, we'll do it. So every day that we count a ballot, and there's still interest in the results, we'll do the ranked choice. Right.
Are these vote by mail from a particular neighborhood or part of the city?
No, they could be, but we don't sequester ballots based on where they come from. We just take them in as a flow basis through the process and open them up and count them. So.
And are you making any
Precincts where how many votes came out of each precinct?
Right. And that's one thing is that on our website, all this information's on our website, and also we have a preliminary statement of vote on our website, and that shows a breakdown by precincts, how many votes were cast, and how if they were cast at the polling place or by vote by mail. There's also a neighborhood report on our website, so it breaks down by precinct how votes were cast in neighborhoods throughout the city. There's also what's called a ballot image report, which shows you how each ranked choice voting card was marked, the first, second, and third choices, so you can follow potential trends that way.
What did you say about having any cards that were disqualified? Any of the ranked choice? Was it a particular problem?
No.
This mark?
No. I mean, no. I looked at this really quick. I didn't see anything that. Yeah.
What do you say about how many ballots, either because the signature didn't match the voter registration card, or that are the subject of any kind of further investigations or suspicious in any way? Every election there is some where the signature doesn't match the voter registration card, then you subject to further scrutiny. Roughly how many ballots we're talking about?
No, I don't know. I don't know the number out there. But I think also you might be thinking of provisional ballots. So if someone goes to a polling place, their name's not in the roster, they have to put their ballot in a pink envelope, and then they have to sign the envelope, write their address and information, and then it comes back here, and it's reviewed. Do that now because of all the questions on ranked choice. Because really, in 2002, we had no choice but to have ranked choice elections. So we weren't looking to show a cost analysis between a runoff and a ranked choice. But since it's coming up, we're trying to look at what the numbers were back in 2002, last time, 2003, last time we had runoff elections, and compare it to what it costs with the ranked choice elections. But I don't have a number right now.
Historically, how does the turnout in this election compare to other previous elections?
Well, historically, I mean, it kind of matches the 07 turnout. It was like a 36% turnout, I think, in 07. This one right now is at a 34, I think, in this report. We might get up to around, 40-41% with the additional cards we have to count yet. But the average for the last 10 elections with mayor in the ballots was 50%. And I know it hasn't been 50% since around 99. But I, in my mind, I thought this would be a starting point would be 50% turnout for this election. And so I was startled, to be honest with you, when I saw the numbers weren't there right away, and we have to build up to get to 40%. So
What was it, 40% you said? It was 40%?
no, I think we'll probably get to 40-41% turnout for this election. Yeah, right now I think it's at 34.
So it's more than what you thought yesterday.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, so because these have no numbers here, does it mean they've been eliminated?
Right.
So now we're down to 2 candidates.
Right. Yeah.
Avalos and...
Right.
So are there enough ballots still out there yet to be counted that could possibly fill the difference between Avalos and Lee?
I haven't sat down and done the math, and potentially, I guess, because it depends on the as the elimination of candidates and then the transfer of the second and third choices. I'm sure there's mathematical ways to explain how there could be a change in these results, but again, I haven't sat down and thought through that, so I don't know. We've got about 24,000 to 25,000 vote by mail ballots, and there's about 7,500 provisional ballots. Then we still have to, any write-ins that came in, we have to look at those cards, because with the ranked choice system, if there's a write-in on the card, none of the other choices are counted, so we have to adjudicate each write-in card. So there's probably around 25 plus 75, that's 33,000 cards, ballots left to count.
When do you expect that to count off?
Well, I want to get all the vote by mail ballots in tomorrow's report, so we're going to be working here until about 2 o'clock in the morning, pulling the ballots from the envelopes, and we'll count them tomorrow morning here in the computer room. And then the provisional ballots, we probably won't start that until maybe Friday, probably Saturday. We'll start counting those cards, and we'll probably count the provisional Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You said you were